Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Bachelor Nation shows are entertaining, but the contestants' main goal is to find love. Bachelor in Paradise has had greater success with this than the other programs in the franchise. But not every love story begins on camera. Two candidates from Season 10 were recently spotted on what appeared to be a date. What's happening? Bachelor in Paradise returned to television last week after nearly 2 years with a 3-hour special. The Season 10 debut included the beginning of romantic relationships that could lead to engagements, as well as 4 devastating eliminations. Season 10's initial eliminations included Sam McKinney, Hakeem Moulton, Kyle Howard, and Ricky Martinez. However, they will not be the last. The rose ceremony continues in tonight's episode. However, spectators will not see the golden candidates arrive tonight. Season 10 of The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette will feature former contestants, according to ABC. Jesse Palmer mocked that the seniors partied more than the younger generation. Some Bachelor Nation fans are just interested in seeing the Goldens dominate the beach. They ultimately appear in a special episode that airs on Tuesday, July 14th. Unlike tonight's 3-hour show, tomorrow's episode will be only 2 hours. Season 7 of BIP has the most successful track record, despite the fact that a few partnerships dissolved during the season finale. Becca and Thomas Jacobs, as well as Abigail and Noah Erb, split up by the end of the season. However, the couples reconnected after filming and are now happily married. One connection was formed during Season 9 of Bachelor in Paradise, however it did not take place on TV. Brayden Bowers met Bachelor Nation star Christina Mandrell after leaving the beach. They secretly tied the knot at the end of 2024. Another probable Bachelor in Paradise episode occurred after filming was completed. Reality Steve stated that Sam McKinney was seen on a date with another Season 10 candidate, Alli Jo Hinkes. The two were spotted at 2 different venues in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, over the weekend. Alli Jo lives in Fort Lauderdale, but Sam McKinney does not. They were spotted leaving a restaurant together, though Reality Steve wasn't clear if they left as a couple or just friends. He did, however, discover Sam McKinney in the background of one of Alli Jo's Instagram stories posts. They both had short stays on Bachelor in Paradise, but weren't on the show at the same time. Do you think sparks flew once the cameras went down? The lights of Bachelor in Paradise dimmed, but not every flame extinguished with the final rose. Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise premiered with all the tropes viewers had come to love: shocking arrivals, beachside kisses, and eliminations that felt premature even by reality TV standards. 4 contestants were sent home during the very first rose ceremony: Sam McKinney, Hakeem Moulton, Kyle Howard, and Ricky Martinez. Viewers barely got to know them before they were gone, swept out of paradise like footprints in the surf. But the real story, at least the one the cameras never caught, was only just beginning. Sam McKinney, known for his charming smile, awkward confidence, and blink-and-you-miss-it time on The Bachelorette Season 21, was one of the first casualties of the beach. Some fans blamed it on poor editing, others on bad timing. Either way, Sam didn't get his moment in the sun. And yet, he'd left a mark, not just on the fans, but apparently on at least one other contestant. Alli Jo Hinkes had only slightly better luck. She made it 1 week further than Sam but was eliminated without ever finding a strong connection. On camera, she was bubbly and outgoing, but struggled to compete for attention with the more dominant personalities. Her departure barely earned a 5-second farewell montage, her suitcase wheeled off with little ceremony. So how did 2 people who never appeared on the show at the same time end up spotted together in Fort Lauderdale? Bachelor Nation's favorite spoiler king, Reality Steve, first broke the news. Over the July 13th weekend, Sam and Alli Jo were seen together at 2 different restaurants, one a waterfront oyster bar known for its sunset views, and the other a quieter brunch spot tucked away on Las Olas Boulevard. At first, it seemed like a casual outing, maybe a friendly meetup. But the timing raised eyebrows. Both had been eliminated early from Paradise, both had ties to the show's production, and neither had acknowledged the other publicly before. Then came the Instagram slip. In a now-expired story, Alli Jo posted a boomerang of herself sipping wine with the caption "Cheers to Summer Nights." Innocent enough, until eagle-eyed fans noticed the reflection in the wine glass. There, unmistakably, was Sam McKinney, grinning in a white linen shirt. For the first time, fans started asking the question that would dominate Bachelor Nation gossip boards for weeks: were Sam and Alli Jo dating? It wasn't until 3 weeks later that their paths finally crossed, in the most unexpected place, a charity event in Miami hosted by former contestant Serena Pitt. It was a low-key affair, a silent auction and cocktail hour benefiting childhood cancer research. Sam had been invited last minute by a producer friend who still felt bad about how early he'd been cut. Alli Jo had come down from Fort Lauderdale with her roommate, not expecting to run into anyone familiar. But there he was. Sam. Taller than she imagined, with the same goofy grin and unexpectedly thoughtful eyes. By then, everyone expected him to give it to Lexi. They had talked just hours earlier. She had made it clear she wanted to try again. He had seemed to agree. And yet, when he stood there, rose in hand, he didn't call her name. He turned to Susie Evans. Everyone's jaw dropped. He explained, in front of the entire group, that he didn't feel comfortable continuing the journey if Susie had to leave. That their closure conversation had stirred something in him. That maybe they both needed more time. And so, he offered the rose to her, not romantically, but symbolically. A gesture of kindness, or perhaps guilt. Susie, stunned, stood frozen for a moment. Then she declined. Calmly, clearly, and without resentment. "I don't want a rose out of pity," she said. "It's better if I leave." And with that, she walked away, leaving Lexi humiliated and Justin looking like he just stepped on a landmine. The episode ended on a cliffhanger. With Susie gone and Lexi blindsided, viewers were left to wonder whether Justin would follow his ex, try to patch things up with Lexi, or go home altogether. He said that in the days leading up to the rose ceremony, Lexi hadn't shown much interest in him, and that it wasn't until right before the ceremony that she expressed a desire to keep pursuing their relationship. He admitted that Susie's presence had caught him off guard and stirred up feelings, but he stood by his decision. "I didn't want to see someone I care about be sent home," he wrote. "Even if we're not together, that doesn't mean I can't want the best for her." Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe my channel and do not miss any update.